I say witches, this can be feminine or masculine. There are masculine witches as well. We don't use the word warlock for masculines or divine masculines who are into spirituality, because basically a warlock is sort of a word that means like a bad witch, someone who is into spirituality or has spiritual gifts, but they use them for the wrong reasons. Let's talk about the divine feminine and the divine masculine, because this week I'm not reading the cards. I'd rather not. It's not something bad, like reading the cards during Holy Week is not a bad thing. I just don't want to do it. I don't feel the energy to do it. On the first part, we talked about the divine feminine and the divine masculine in the earthly aspects with the Empress and the Emperor. And here we'll talk about them, but from a more spiritual sense, right? So here's the Magician. Let's get started with the divine masculine, number 1, January. Although the first card in the major arcana is the Fool, you can see here he's pointing up, right? Most of the cards, actually I have many here, so let me show you, have the same gesture, right? He pointing up with his wand. This can talk about as above, so below, like the Hermetic principle. Everything like in the sky, in the realm of the gods, is sort of a mirror to what's going on down here, and the same as within, so without. What happens in our reality is sort of a projection of what's going on in our mind, in our hearts, right? I love it because both of them, actually, I'm gonna talk about the High Priestess in a moment. Let me show her. Both of them, because this is their counterpart, right? They travel between the realms of the known and the unknown. This one uses manifestation, the Magician, the masculine energy. Willpower, actually he uses all the elements. Let me show you. Here are the swords that symbolize air, water with the cups, earth with the pentacle, and wands with fire. I got a really cool sentence here that says, think with your heart and act with the vital impulse, sort of vital force, because fire can symbolize that, willpower and the vital force for us to achieve our goals, to bring our manifestations to reality. This card is all about manifestation, the masculine, the divine masculine. I was saying this in the previous video with the Emperor, that he is a man of God, but it doesn't matter like the religion or something, because saying a prayer or manifesting, lighting a candle is basically the same thing. We just use different rituals or ways to do it. But I love it how it says, think with your heart and act with your vital impulse. Some masculines have a hard time listening to their heart, connecting with their emotions, so maybe there's something about it. I believe that many masculines in the collective are sort of waking up to that more emotional, but I would say that spiritually conscious part of themselves, to go against the repression of society that says that masculines are supposed to be cold and show no emotions. I have some letters in Hebrew here, sorry if it's not showing right. I think it's just the camera, I'm sorry. But those letters symbolize the word Raphael. Masculines, you can connect to Archangel Raphael, but the Hebrew translation of those letters, 555, sorry if in the edit doesn't look like it, 555 can talk about changes and temporary things. The more you connect to your spirituality, divine masculine, the more that you can start to see changes and your reality starts to shift. So if you're a divine masculine or a divine masculine in the making and you're watching this video, there may be some significant changes or temporary things that are like in the horizon for you. But going back to the Raphael reference, says that the translation is God has healed or God cures. I'm channeling this for all divine masculines or masculines that are watching me. I believe that the path of healing for you is your spirituality, okay? Like connecting to the elements, connecting to the earth, as an example, going to church every Sunday, or meditation, Basically, it's just what works for you. Because I'm mentioning a bunch of practices, but remember that the pathway for you to find your more spiritual side is up to you. Something to consider. If you want to work with the elements, I recommend you to search for the Witches Pyramid, which is literally a pathway that we witches, basically, remember that when I say witches, this can be feminine or masculine. There are masculine witches as well. We don't use the word warlock for masculines or divine masculines who are into spirituality, because basically a warlock is sort of a word that means like a bad witch, someone who is into spirituality or has spiritual gifts, but they use them for the wrong reasons, which will be like manipulation, you know? That's kind of the magician in the reverse. Cheating, lying, manipulating, you know? I've been channeling the sentence empty vessel for a couple of days, and I think I'm gonna talk about it in a future reading. But remember that when we start moving through manipulation or dark practices, even if it's not intentional, sorry, I'm experiencing throat chakra blockages. Maybe someone doesn't want you to hear this, but what I'm trying to say is that you become sort of a dark magician, or you become like an empty vessel for demons or, you know, low vibrational entities to basically to possess you in a way. I don't know, something significant for the divine masculines out there. Let's go with the Archangel Michael card that says energy and healing work. Thank you for sending healing energy to me and through me, for my own blessings and for all of those around me. Thank you for connecting me to loving and high integrity healers and teachers of energy healing modalities. Our intuition is strong, and the more we connect to our intuition, because again, this is a connection to the divine, the more we can see through people's BS. As an example, this feminine is someone you cannot fool. People can lie to other people, but not to her. I'm channeling that song Black Magic Woman by Santana. Love, by the way. Hi, divine feminines. Let's talk about the spiritual sense of the divine feminine in this evening. The archetype of the high priestess basically can be connected to many deities: Persephone, Artemis, Isis, and the Mother Mary. Actually, I was mentioning that in part 1 with the Empress energy, that the Empress is Mary Magdalene and the high priestess is Mother Mary. Here in the background you can see like the two pillars, the pillars of strength and establishment, but this can talk about like duality as well, like the duality between feminine and masculine energy, between light and dark, between the positive and the negative, right? But basically this is the archetype of the divine feminine in the most spiritual sense. She is a feminine who is kind of hard to read. She's really private. She's not telling her business out there, right? But she can be really connected to her intuition. When she's in the reverse, this may be an invitation, divine feminines or masculines too, because remember that we all carry both aspects. In part 1, I was talking about the magician with the manifestation part of it, but the divine feminine will be all about intuition. It's important to follow our intuition because intuition is a doorway for us to find our most authentic self. Sometimes we get nudges about what we are supposed to do in a certain situation or a decision, whatever, take it as it resonates, but we don't listen to it, right? Your intuition is a connection to the divine. It doesn't matter what you believe in. I'm talking to you as a witch from the spiritual perspective. If you're a religious woman or feminine, take it as it resonates because it's energy, not gender. You are intuitive. We feminines have a strong intuition and we need to learn to listen to it. Here you can see the moon, right? A reflection of the divine feminine or the feminine energy, talking about the cycles. As an example, the monthly cycle that we experience. But remember that the moon is an archetype of feminine energy, and the sun, the counterpart, will be masculine energy. She is someone who holds the answers based on religion, on the self, on herself, and her connection to nature. If you have a hard time connecting to nature, I highly recommend you to go to a park or go to the sea, go to the mountains, find a natural space, meditate, or just by walking barefoot on the grass, hugging a tree. That can help you to connect to your intuition more. Maybe if meditation isn't your thing, especially at the beginning when we start in these spirituality practices, and at the beginning our brains can be so loud, we are feeling invaded by thoughts, so maybe spending some time in nature can help you to connect to your intuition. She is connected to the Mother Earth, to Gaia, the Pachamama, as we say here in, you know, the more Hispanic side, and Danu for the Celtics. But basically she's connected to the Mother Earth and to her inner knowledge. She listens to her intuition, she follows it, because intuition is our religion, especially for us feminines. Masculines too, right? Because you have intuition as well. But I want to bring here the feminine intuition, right? Our intuition is strong, and the more we connect to our intuition, because again, this is a connection to the divine, the more we can see through people's BS. As an example, this feminine is someone you cannot fool. People can lie to other people, but not to her. I'm channeling that song Black Magic Woman by Santana. Love, by the way. So I was saying before, she's really private. She can be mysterious even. She has a calm exterior, and she's someone who's really patient from the spiritual sense, right? but she has an inner passion and fire about her. That's why I was channeling Black Magic Woman, because I mean there's a stereotype of some masculines with spiritual women or spiritual shorties. I mean, yeah, this feminine can be someone who is really intimidating, because again, she holds her power, and her power comes from her intuition. And it's interesting because I'm gonna talk really shortly about the Hierophant, right? This can talk about spiritual beliefs like in the more traditional way, as an example, like marriage, or the most traditional part when it comes to your beliefs, behaving in an orthodox way. But this is a counterpart for the High Priestess too. And I was channeling before. Listen, in my readings, I'm not supposed to read the cards this week, I'm not reading, but you can see here two masculines, the Magician, the Hierophant, and the High Priestess. And in my collective, I channel a lot of feminine energies who have options between two masculines. 777 can talk about discipline and education. Good luck is an omen of good luck. It can talk about self-confidence. These energies, divine energies, are confident in themselves, in who they are. And this can talk about connection with the divine. So I mean, it's really appropriate to see synchronicity like 77 here. Remember that I edit the readings in case that you don't see it in the timer and you said, what is she talking about? But yeah, it's interesting because these two are counterparts as well. So remember that spirituality comes from whatever. I'm telling you this as someone who's really eclectic when it comes to spirituality, but whatever works for you. If going to church every Sunday is a more appropriate way for you to approach your spirituality, so like the idea is that you go for it. As long as this sacred knowledge from the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine energy is, you know, absorbed and is even shared, it's about embracing your spirituality or your religion in whatever way works for you. I want to close this reading with this prayer by Archangel Michael. You and your loved ones are safe. Dear God and Archangel Michael, thank you for watching over me and my loved ones. You can say their names if you want to. Please help me feel secure and at peace, and fill me with faith so that I may focus on my priorities and enjoy a healthful and happy life.